Hello coders, welcome back. Hope all of you are doing good. In the last video we have started discussing regarding Java annotation, which is a feature of Java Standard Edition. In the part 1 of that discussion, we just discussed about how to go for using the annotation. In fact, first of all, what is annotation? Later on we saw one example how to use the inbuilt annotations like suppress warning and some other, but most importantly one of the inbuilt annotation is there, that is art override, which is there as a part of JDK or Java Standard Edition, which is very frequently used in most of the Java technology. Even if in Spring based application, this is one of the annotation which we regularly use. So before going to the custom annotation, before going to the Spring based annotations, we should know what is override annotation. You must have used override annotation a lot of times, but I'm just going to make a kind of flashback to all of you. What is the basic use of override annotation, why we use it? So as you can see, I have written few lines about it. As I said, it is inbuilt annotation present in JDK, and as well as this is useful for overriding, method overriding. In fact, when you go for inheritance, you might be inheriting an interface, you might be inheriting a class. So in that case, we just go for the very first rule, that is what the method names must match. The method which is declared and defined in the superclass or maybe in the interface, whenever we go for overriding, the first and foremost requirement is to go for using the same name of the method. So in that case, this override annotation is very useful, because we tend to make mistake while overriding the method. How? Generally we make the typo mistake or typing error we make, where compiler doesn't complain anything if you make any typing error while overriding the method. So that is one of the best example I can say while you are going for override annotation. And as well as whenever you go for using override annotation, this signifies to a class, wherever the method you are writing, whoever will look at that class, he or she will find out regarding that method is not an ordinary method, it is an overridden method. That is one of the indication you are going to make whenever you are going to use override annotation. So let us look at an example. I'll go to STS. You may go for using any IDE. So here I have gone for creating a main class. First of all, you can look at the bottom part. Here I have gone for creating a main class where I have kept this main method. In main method I have gone for creating an object of a class. Don't be scared, it is named as COVID. I have created an object of COVID Web 2. The COVID Web 2 is most frequently used term in these days. So COVID Web 2 object I have created, and I have gone for calling the method by using the object of COVID Web 2, and I have kept the object of COVID Web 2 by using the reference of a class called as COVID. So now have a look at the class, what is COVID, what is COVID Web 2. In the class COVID, in top of this program, I have created this class COVID, and inside it I have kept a method as guideline. This guideline is a public method, it doesn't return anything, it's a void type, and I have kept this system.out.println, and it is going to print a line, must wear mask and maintain social distance. This is going to print whenever this method is going to be called. and I have created a subclass. Here is the subclass COVID Web 2. All of you must be knowing COVID is the superclass and COVID Web 2 is a subclass, is a child. So COVID Web 2 has more more features as compared to COVID. It has inherited from COVID class. It extends COVID class, and the same method which I have written in the COVID class, the same method I have defined over here, guideline. But here this is going to print must be vaccinated, wear mask, and maintain social distance. As all of you know, while COVID was there, only COVID Web 2 was there. There was only mask, only social distancing we were maintaining, but now we are equipped with vaccines. So that's why this COVID Web 2 has a feature to go for using vaccination. So let us have a look at this main method again. Again, I can show you COVID class reference I have created, but object I have created of COVID Web 2, and with this V1 object is calling COVID guideline, or the guideline method is being called. If I'll execute it here, this one you can see in the output, it is printing vaccinated, wear mask, maintain social distance. Means the line which you are getting, this is from COVID Web 2, not from the superclass COVID. That means this this overriding has been done properly. Now there is no place for annotation called art override. Then what is the utility of art override? Suppose while I am writing this overriding or overriding method, if I will make any spelling mistake, COVID Web 2 has a method called as guideline. This guideline is similar spelling as the superclass method, but the subclass method has a mistake, as a typing mistake. You can see guideline, the L is in the small case, so there is no error at all. So when we will write this type of program, we won't get any error. Compiler doesn't complain anything, and when I will execute it, have a look at it, this guideline method has been called where L is capital. So have a look at it, what is going to happen. So I got the output, must wear mask, maintain social distance. What the problem I got? The erroneous output which I got is what? This is the output which I got from this superclass method guideline where L is capital, but the object which I have used is of COVID Web 2. Where does this vaccine went actually? Because in COVID Web 2 we have the vaccine. So this line should be the output, but I am getting the output from the superclass. That is the problem which we may face while we are going for overriding. So that is why this art override will help us. If I will go for, before defining the overriding method, if I will put art override, then what happened you can see. I wrote here art override, and here this became an error. Guideline, this is a different method. It says we must override the guideline method which is of superclass. So if I will now change it to capital letter L, then I save it. Now if I will execute it, then you will get the proper output. So here this output came from the subclass. So that is what is the importance of override annotation. So I hope all of you have been understood what I have told you. In the next discussion or video, I will come with this custom annotation. So thanks for watching.